There's a lunar thing. It's rotating.
What was in the skies over Jerusalem, and why did it sound like one of the most treasured sites in Christianity?
There's a new video that's making proof for not alone universe. UFO in the form of a bright light seen descending over the dome of the rock of Jerusalem.
All right. Welcome to Goof On. It's Monday night, September 15th. It's 2025, and I feel all right. How are you? Did you have a good weekend? What'd you do? Did you think about anything? Did you have a nice political discussion with friends and family that turned sour grapes? Yeah. We've been avoiding the political stuff in the family conversation with those who don't believe the truth. You know who you are. So, we don't have those discussions anymore. They're avoided. Good. That's the way it should be. If you're not mature enough to handle the conversation, and all you want to do is talk, not listen. You have two mouths and one ear, right? Yeah, we need to have discussions. Now, here in ufology, we don't. And that's the beauty of ufology. For 2 decades, I've been told you can't talk about politics in ufology. Yet everybody talks about politics in ufology since 2015-ish, which is what brought me out of retirement. Scary. I came back because I heard that not only did Jaime Maussan win ufologist of the year, I was going to say UFO guy, voted by MUFON, Jaime Maussan to be the UFO researcher of the year in, 15, 14, somewhere around there. The very next year, Corbell. No. I'm sorry. It's in the same grift. The guitarist guy. Tom Blink 18017, right? Him gets the UFO researcher of the year because he brought out the picture and all that, and it was total bullshit. It's fake. He doesn't know it's fake. And people told him, that's a fake UFO video picture thing you got there. That still image? Oh, it's not real. Oh, it's real. Oh, it's real. You can tell me anything. I mean, he stood by that thing to this day. And when I heard that these two knuckleheads are being voted the best researchers we have in ufology by MUFON, who may or may not be the ultimate source of fake news and disinformation in ufology. They remind me, MUFON reminds me of that institute. What do we have, that institution where they keep everything, all the artifacts, and then next thing you know, they're missing? Smithsonian Institute. Kind of like that. So, the good stuff always gets squandered away. And the bad stuff, well, they leave that right on the front lawn. Strange times we're living in. It really is. Tonight, I want to talk about how does the message in ufology make it to the people? Several ways, really, but what's the ultimate way, the ultimate win in ufology? It's making a video of your experience, of your findings, whatever. Anything that can propel the message of truth forward in ufological terms, moving the needle in the right direction towards truth. I don't know if that's ufological terms, but it sounds good. Who are the main, and dare I say it, grifters in ufology? Now, we have used that term very, very loosely sometimes. But I think I'm careful enough that I know a grifter when I see one. And we'll go over the top 3 in ufology. I think you might be surprised at what I'm going to say, too. It's not all what you think it is in my head. And we'll talk about some new UFO sightings, things that the government want us to know. They want us to follow the narrative they supply. Why? Because it's easy when we comply. But the truth of the matter is, we never really know the truth. So it's kind of hard for us as researchers, journalists, whatever you want to call us, movie makers, documentarians, historians, as I think I might be now at this 21-year mark, to a field with many answers and no reward. Welcome to Goof On. Who's here tonight? Hey, Conundrum. How you doing, buddy? Got the message. Teresa Pulio, good to see you, though. Want to meet you, though. I don't know. It didn't have nothing else. Good to see you. Thank you for hanging. Dinkamazi. Now, there we go. Now we got a room full. This is a chat room full of people who know stuff. I don't know. I just want to make you guys feel good. Glenn Collins, how you doing, man? It's Monday night. Good to see you. Jammer Travels. Love you, man. Good to see you, too. Hey, there he is. Lucian. Chicken Coop Confidential. DeLong. Oh, I'm so stupid. You're right. You caught me. I couldn't figure out his name. I do have some short-term memory issues going on. I don't. Welcome to the show. Hey, Brian Yates. But I didn't know. I couldn't remember his name. Thank you. All right. Maybe I do have a little bit of an issue memorizing people's names. What? Remembering names. David Wilcox. Not Wilcox. Welcome to the show. What was I going to say? Hey, Paul Callahan Fowler. What do you say there, mister? Welcome to the show. Good to see you. UFO 91, great to see everybody. Good to see you. How you been? It's only been a weekend, I know. Did I do a show yesterday? I really don't remember. Isn't that weird? I think I did, right? At 7. Then we got 7:15, got done at about 8:30. Yeah, I did. I remember now. I couldn't remember. All right, if I didn't say her name, it doesn't mean, hey, there she goes, the angel of Goof On. How you doing? Jeanette, the best angel, yeah. Jeanette. What's up, JJ? JJ, So what's this now you say here? Glenn Collins, welcome to the show, Jeanette. There was 3.2 million people in London on Saturday, and what a great day it was. We have to have two stick together. When we do that, the people are unstoppable against the others. stand up and fight for your rights. Dun dun dun. Thank you, Glenn Collins. I guess that's where you were going. Hey, Thor's making a wave and it must be true. He said, if you Kabbalion, it must be you. Can I just say right now, that was absolutely brilliant on my part. So thanks everybody for hanging out. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we have a lot of show to do. We do. And let's get started. So I'm going to go right into it tonight. Pretty much every show from here on out, I'm just going to go right into it instead of the babble. No reason you need to know what's going on in my life. So I have videos here that I'm going to play tonight. UFO videos, alleged UFO videos. There may be a Charlie Kirk video in there having to do with UFOs, because he was on an airplane and saw one with other people, but it turns out, well, they thought they saw one, but it turns out I think it was Starlink. I mean, good. You know, the feeling you get, though, thinking you're seeing something otherworldly is a feeling you cannot replace. It's fun. And I may have had that feeling twice. Thinking, okay. And I got scared. I did. I really did. What was I scared of? Vanishing. Not coming back. Yeah. It's weird. Call me silly. No, just in the spirit of Charlie Kirk and ufology. There's a post here on X from October 27th, 2024. He says, I was flying back from Wisconsin on a friend's plane tonight and got called up to the cockpit. And the pilots were very confused at what they were seeing. Something was above them and not showing on radar. I'm sure there is a logical explanation here, so watch this video and you tell me. It's a 5-minute video. Don't need to play the whole thing. I'll probably play just a minute. I watched bits and pieces. It's not easy to see if you have a cell phone, but I'll do the best I can. We're in a normal stream tonight. We're not doing the vertical streams on GoofOn. Maybe once a month, maybe twice.
You're about to see them again. Just watch up above the horizon. And they're going to get really bright, and then they're going to go away. See them? There's two of them right there. Those are not airplanes.
Yeah, they keep circling.
They just keep circling. And they're going to go away.
And there's nothing on your radar right now?
No, there's nothing there. I can zoom out.
Now the light's going out.
They're gone.
Have you ever seen anything like that before?
A couple times in this area.
So
we're flying over New Mexico,
lights,
Yeah.
which is Roswell, which is where all those...
Correct.
they're grouped. They're usually grouped together.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
And you can tell what they are.
What do you think they are?
Logically, say satellites.
UFO.
But
It probably
satellites
is.
go in a line. These are like circling.
Are they like high propulsion devices, you think?
I don't know.
Is that how an aircraft would fly?
We're at 40,000 feet. So whatever that is has got to be at 80,000 or 100,000. There's got to be way up there.
They're at 100,000 feet?
They would have to be. The X-15 flew at 300,000 feet. Here they come again. They're coming around again. You can see the one. It's going to get bright, and then it's going to go away.
So they're above us
Look, it's
significantly.
moving up. Look, it's going to get really bright.
Oh, there it is. Look at that.
And then it's going to go away.
So we're seeing a bright dot in the center of the screen right now. out the cockpit of the
The whole
airplane.
flight I've been wanting to call you up here. I'm
I
like,
just see one light. They're not
I'm seeing it,
zooming
but
in,
look,
and
your
now
radar
it
would
dimmed
pick it
out.
up if it was an aircraft, right?
Yes. There's one below us at 8,000 feet. There's another one below us at 6,000
There's
feet.
nobody out here on
200 miles. There's nobody.
But what kind of a thing would not be picked up on radar?
Yeah, exactly. Something slow.
Could it be
Satellite.
military?
I would think so. I think it has to.
But why would they be just showing lights and doing stuff like
I
that?
don't know.
Good question.
The only, I mean, what makes logical sense is the light, they're high enough that they're hitting the sun. That it's
They're
like
what?
The sun. So they're high
Oh,
enough.
they're
that
reflecting the sun. He's
like, when we
thinking
can't
maybe
see
it's an
them right
object
now, they're in
reflecting the
shadow
sun.
of tent. And then they come
That's
around
true.
and
That's what
actually
iridium
reflecting
flare
the sun.
satellites
So
do.
that would mean they're at least 200,000.
They're solar panels.
Oh, so if you're 200,000 feet up, you
Yeah,
still
right.
get sunlight.
Absolutely.
They just reflect the sun
Wow.
back to the earth.
And we're flying over New Mexico right now.
Anyway, that's all you're gonna see. There's nothing really. It's just a one dot. They never zoom in on it. I mean, even if I zoom
I
in
know-
on it, it's gonna be one dot, you know. So that's it. Just interesting the conversations they were having. And you turned it off. Well, we got a lot of show to do. I'm not gonna sit there and focus on something that happened over a year and a half ago. Year ago. Excuse me. All right. Click off there. All right. We're going to go back and forth tonight. That new video they released during the UFO hearing last Tuesday on the 9th, the video's being ripped apart in every way imaginable, which is what Burleson said. We're going to let the internet figure out what this is, remember? Because he didn't know. Like, why would you even, at a UFO hearing of all places, give us something on a whim? Like, somebody just handed it to him before, remember? He didn't know anything about the history of it. Not, hey, you figure it out. That's not our job, even though it is. It's your job. So people are putting videos out left and right. Ashton Forbes, one of them. He says the amount of replies in here that say plasma literally brings joy to my heart. People think this was some sort of plasmic encounter. I think it really was that ninja, flying ninja weapon. Because it looks, it kind of, the debris and everything. There was no explosion, no fireball, no smoke. Just, debris from the debris smoke, but it was nothing. It was from the debris. It's not like it was created from a toxic, accelerant of some sort. But they have video here. This is an 11-second video from Dan Cleary. He says, I'm going to say it again, he says. I think there's at least a possibility that this craft was some sort of liquid or fluid. It is moving and behaving exactly like Mercury after impact. See, the problem I have with that comment, there's no comparison video to prove his point. People are just saying shit. Oh, yeah, Dan, thank you. That makes sense. Oh, yeah, Mercury. Oh, whew. I get it. I don't get it. Anybody else get it? I mean, do we really understand what the frigonometry is going on here? So here's a video showing the impact and that it could be liquid plasmic bullshit on a stick. I don't know. Take a look-see. Boop. It bounced off. Yeah, wooden blades of magic steel just do their job. Shra. Right? Shred and dead. Then it just takes off. That's all. It did its job. It shot the blades. Whatever it does. There's no explosion, right? Nothing. It's just a new weapon. The flying Ginsu. Ginsu. Capiche? Right? All right. I was just waiting to see what you guys were saying. That's all. All right. Just wanted to make a point, and it's food for thought. Thank you for playing along. Next video is an oldie but a goodie, a Grady, an unbelievably from 2015. This is one of the... Is it from 2015? I don't know, but I thought it was older than this. I'm going to show you this video. And it's a video, not really a comparison, but Pedro Hernandez and Alfredo Carrillo on May 22nd, 2009 recorded a spherical object seemingly spinning and orbs shooting out both sides. I myself think that and thought and still don't know how these objects came out of this thing. I don't know. There was 100 of them. And how do they come out of an object? It didn't even get smaller. It just stayed there spinning and bing, bing. And there were two people recording the same thing. This is some shit right here. This is, I don't know how this is even done.
Mientras que Carrillo lo toma a contraluz desde Azcapotzalco. Estos dos lugares están separados en línea recta por cerca de 6 a 8 kilómetros. Para el minuto 1 con 36 segundos pasa por el lugar.
It's so crazy to me. I just don't understand it. And they're not on string. There's no strings.
Mientras que Carrillo lo toma a contraluz desde Azcapotzalco. Estos dos lugares están separados en línea recta por cerca de 6 a 8 kilómetros.
How's that even possible? How is that even possible? Impossible. How could it be? It shouldn't be. Yeah, no debris, ladies and gentlemen. The spheres have been released for your protection. This sphere release phenomenon has been documented in Mexico for decades. And it has. And I've been dismissing it because we don't have anybody who can recreate these one-offs. We've never seen anything like that since. Similar, but not that. Recreate it. Make me a believer. But they don't. They can't. Why? Makes no sense, does it? I know. But they believe me, they say. All you gotta do to believe because it's so unbelievable. Okay there, Pedro. Whatever you say there, snap-a-puss. Unbelievable, right? Right! And then we get... Joe Rogan with Corbell talking about UFOs. Remember when Corbell said, what was that? Was that almost 2 years ago? UFOs are being shot at all the time. In the war regions. And we just laughed and laughed.
We see other countries firing on these. Russia, Syria. We know it's not their assets. So the question is, whose are these?
So when you say firing at these, so...
Hellfire.
We're not firing on them. My bad if I said that. No. Their own people, their own armies are shooting at the UFOs. Listen. I said we were, I think.
We see other countries firing on these.
There it is.
Russia, Syria. We know it's not their assets. So the question is, whose are these?
So when you say firing at these, so...
Hellfire missiles. We see other countries firing on these. Russia, Syria. We know it's not their assets. So the question is...
Wrong. Hold on. He said, we know it's not our assets or their assets. They know it's not their own. I would shoot down my own shit to prevent the enemy from getting it, wouldn't you? Come on. You know, come on, Jeremy. Think. Be a thinker, not a stinker. Carl Weathers in Rocky 2. Be a thinker. I just got rid of a story I wanted to, and I have no idea what it was. I have many tabs open, about 15, and I accidentally clicked on it thinking it was the Corbell one, to make room. And all right. Dan Cleary again on X posted this. I want to play this for a reason. Because in the hearing we just saw about a week ago on the 9th, we heard some more stories. People are just ranting and raving about one of the guys. What was it? Mr. Borland, I believe. I thought he was the most credible sounding guy there, too. Well, Dan Cleary posted this with a caption saying, "Now that I have your attention, please watch the most important testimony of the hearing." Air Force veteran, there it is, Dylan Borland, discussing his first-hand encounter. See, this is what, and he had his with the black triangle that flowed like lava. Okay, let's listen to it and go from there. Let's not forget, there's no video evidence to back up these claims. Okay? This is just a guy who is an Air Force veteran. So he must be credible, eh? We got to believe him, yeah? These are the best of the best of the best.
As I began walking towards the light, towards the flight line and the track, the light then flies across the base, across the flight line, and as it flies to me, a triangle manifests around the light. I can't tell you if it's active camouflage. I can't tell you if it appeared around the light, but I can tell you that it was a white light, and then it was a triangle. It stopped about 100 feet in front of me and approximately 100 feet above me. My telephone got extremely hot, completely froze, dead. I remember how thick it was. It was between 1 to 2 stories thick, equilateral triangle. I could never see the top of it, and the edges were 90 degrees. There were 4 lights in total, 1 light on each corner.
Hold on, people. Are my ears deceiving me, or did he talk about his phone glitching out? Yeah, that bothered me. See, that's evidence.
Froze, dead. In front of me and approximately 100 feet above me, my telephone got extremely hot, completely froze, dead.
That's evidence. Why aren't we hearing about what they found when they did a diagnostics on his phone? Did it go back to, I don't know, whatever the carrier is, AT&T, T-Mobile? Did it go back to them? Was there some sort of internal warning that went off, but yet nobody, right? There could have been some sort of interference with this guy's phone that could have been a one-off that who knows if Apple or Android has been waiting to see if this can happen. Nobody did a diagnostics on his phone to find out what kind of power source, what kind of power surge, created his phone to heat up, freeze up. It's interesting. A phone that heated up and froze at the same time. You just can't write this stuff.
I remember how thick it was. It was between 1 to 2 stories thick, equilateral triangle. I could never see the top of it, and the edges were 90 degrees. There were 4 lights in total, 1 light on each corner, and a larger light in the center, 2 to 3 times the size of the corner lights. But what was really odd was the outside. The best way to describe it is like looking at a James Webb telescope picture where you have the colors and then the black background. So the craft itself was this black metallic flake paint, but on top of the craft was this gold, lava, plasma, some type of fluid going over and around the craft. I'm under this for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then the center light flashes 2 to 3 times, no sound, immediately shoots up to commercial jet level minimum, in my opinion. And I immediately feel static electricity all over my body, and then I smell the smell of after a thunderstorm or lightning storm, that really strong summer thunderstorm smell. Gets up to flight level. I'm trying to get my phone reset, and I can only see the center light at this point. If I didn't actually see it take off, I would have thought it was a star. And then it hovers up there, and it begins to slowly move due east out over the Atlantic Ocean. I finally got my phone reset. The entire thing was about, from the time I saw the light pop up near the hangar until it took off out over the ocean, was about 15 minutes.
Wow. Wow. Inkamazi. Did I not just see this come in on PayPal? Bro. Thank you for that on PayPal. 15 bones, just throwing it down. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much that's going to come in handy this week. Thank you for being a continuing supporter of Goof On. Yeah, guys, if you could help, support any way you can. This is how I stay alive, and appreciate everybody who's a member and supporting team. You got to support the team. Thanks, Jacob. All right, we got more to go. So I got a lady here who remote viewed I guess she says she experienced a being wrapped around the earth, like an animal surrounding prey, feeding off emotion, like it surrounds the earth and it's feeding off all of us, like an animal around prey. This is mine. She said that was the attitude of this thing. So a being bigger than the earth wraps itself around the earth to harness all of our emotions. Sounds like somebody's projecting what they want to happen. I want the world to just be devoid of emotional stress. These people should cry and get it over with. And then we can move on and play games and paint each other different colors like the rainbow. Now let's get started! Right? Yeah. Anyway, here's the crazy lady. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Don't care anymore.
There's light and color, and then there's earth. And I'm looking from outside of that structure, and I am trying to remote view what's inside that black layer. And so I focused, and I was able to see a being that at first I thought was an Ouroboros, because it was wrapped around Earth in a tight circle. But as I started zooming in, I saw...
Is it me, or is that the Avi Loeb cuckoo Kachoo accent I hear? Oh, anybody with that accent, like this, talking like this? Cuckoo Kachoo. I think Avi Loeb is a little bit on the grifting side of things. Avi Loeb is saying stuff that's dangerous because he wants it to be an alien. It's got no proof. Oh, he's just saying it's a possibility. Well, anything's possible. Anything can be out there. 7 miles. What is it now? 7, or is it up to 13 miles? How big is that object that's coming here in 27? 13 miles now? I thought it was, now it's double Manhattan size. Wow. Wow. I mean, that's a planet destroyer. I hate this. And it's coming in at a whopping 140,000 miles an hour, which is insane. Now it's turned green. It's got this tail. He might be right. Can you imagine? Hey, I don't fault Avi Loeb for saying it at all. It could have been anybody. But he just sounds a little crazy when he speaks. I think it's the accent. Same with this lady. If we could just remove the accent, and I don't know if anybody has this accent or whatever, but it's not doing justice for me here. Something's wrong with me. Yeah, it's me. No, it's not them. It's me. I promise. These people are just saying shit because they want to be the one who got it right. And they don't know, but they're taking a chance. This is throwing caution to the wind. Is that what this is? No. They're just taking a chance that it is a alien craft. So what if it is? Now what? We're in so much trouble. We are in so much trouble. I don't even want to talk about it. We don't know what kind of weapons they would have, if they have any. But the fact that they are traveling the way they're traveling through space, not a magic blink of an eye and they just showed up. They're literally burning fuel of some sort, whether it be free energy or whatever. They're using technology. It's not just gravity pulling them here. Devoid. I mean, how would they survive the trip? How can they survive? Where are they coming from? Let's say their trip started at the extended solar system, where our solar system ends and interstellar space begins. It took 40 years for Voyager 1 and 2 to get there. How fast was that thing going? The 30,000 miles an hour? Now, let's just say this is going 5 times faster. But it's already here. It's already 2 years away. Year and a half away now? 2 years away. Because it'll be here in November, December. In the last 2 weeks of November, or the first 2 weeks of December. Hey, Tacy, thank you for renewing 8 months. I know. I thank you so much. You're here every single show. I don't know how people do it. I don't know. Thank you. I don't know how I do it, but, well, I guess, in the last 8 days I've been a little sick, but thank you. Gosh dang it. Thank you, ma'am. God, I love people. I don't know. Thank you, Tacy Hill. A Goofonian through and through. Hugo Boss suit. Yeah, maybe in a suit. It's time you came home, Panky. All right, listen to Isabel Green talk about her vision she had remote viewing the planet. Go.
Black layer. And so I focused and I was able to see a being that at first I thought was an Ouroboros, because it was wrapped around Earth in a tight circle. But as I started zooming in, I saw that the Ouroboros usually is depicted as a snake swallowing its own tail. But here, that being had a head that was more like a mix of a lion head and the head of a reptilian, like the kind of a dragon that you see during Chinese New Year celebrations. By the way,
oh, those dragons that do all those crazy dances up and down in the tail and all that. Got it.
I think we're in the year of a dragon right now, that kind of dragon.
Got
specifically, it. Right? That long body, like a snake, short, thin legs with huge paws and huge claws, huge fangs, and that kind of lion reptilian head.
Like this?
A tight circle.
She said it was wrapped around Earth while I did that. I don't know if you heard it.
It was not swallowing its own tail. It was wrapped around Earth in a tight circle like an animal around prey. Like, this is mine.
I'll show you. I think she's talking about this depiction. See that? That's the dragon around the Earth. Well, it's a depiction of what it stands for. So she's seeing stuff that is not good for the planet. Of course, we're squeezing the oxygen out, the carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, whatever the frigonometry it is. It's going to poison the planet, raise the temperature, and have global warming. Amen. Maybe. Maybe not.
That was the attitude. And I was still kind of confused at that point, and I was still thinking, oh, so maybe that's a dragon guardian still, right? But I decided to tune into the attitude. Like, what energy is that being projecting or experiencing? And if it's a guardian, you'd expect that it has empathy or care about what it's guarding. There was zero empathy or care for the earth plane. What I tuned into, what I felt coming from that being was cold, dismissive arrogance.
Just like every man I've ever met.
That's the best I can describe it.
She's definitely projecting. Yeah, that hairline is I see a bald person there.
Confidence, like it's not bothered by anything. Definitely was not in any way bothered by my presence, which I think is good for me. But I think if we...
Translation, I'm invisible. Most men don't see me. So that's why she was invisible to its presence. Because that's how she really feels. Oh, I am. I'm serious. I'm not even half joking.
As the entire humanity projected over there and tried to influence it, it would be like a bunch of moths, or even I don't know.
It'd be like a bunch of I don't know, misogynist fascists saying "Gush" all around the campfire, maybe. I don't know.
Fruit flies or something for that being, because there is this incredible level of confidence. Like, this is mine. This is my turf. Nothing is going to affect it or change it. There are no changes that you're going to be making or anyone is going to be making. Like that kind of attitude, and complete disregard for the well-being or empathy for Earthplane. It was just kind of, this is my property. This is my prey on my property.
She said the same thing 3 times in 3 minutes. Isn't that amazing? She said nothing. Anyway, that is that side of ufology's vision quest of the next few years in ufology. Okay, we're gonna be suffocated by some sort of dragon being and it'll encompass the earth. We won't even notice it. We're just going to start to, slowly lose our will to survive. And oh, Lord, it's so hard for me to see past that. But anyway, our prayers go out to everybody who's involved. Scary. All right. Now, the next thing is scary. I mean this. The next thing we're going to talk about has to do with Lou Elizondo. He's urging caution with the Hellfire UFO video, the one I opened up the show talking about. I was going to say showing you, and it couldn't come out, so I said something else. He says, be careful whatever you say about this, because we don't know the provenance. He loves using this word, provenance. Love it. How dare he, after what he did a few months ago with that irrigation circle? How dare he? What he should have said was, didn't you guys learn anything from my mistakes? You don't show the world something you don't even know what it is yourself. It's like handing me a family photo of Lou Elizondo and saying, you see? No, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. How am I supposed to figure it out from this? It was very, very bad. Burleson was, I believe he was set up to make ufology look bad. This is the disinfo campaign I'm telling you about. Okay, why was James Fox in the front row? Why was Jeremy Corbell? We all know why, but I have to throw it out there because it still doesn't make any sense why Corbell's in the front row since these meetings started last year or so, right? Who was the other one? Who was the other Shimonide that was up in the front that shouldn't have been? There was a few. Those two are top documentarians in this field. Some would say grifters. Now, before I say another word about that, we're going to look up the definition of grifter. Because a lot of people don't know. Maybe I don't know. All right. So here we go. Now, I don't want to be one of those guys who reports slander. Jesus, I hate when it's done about me, Cambion. So let's go ahead and see what grifting means. Put myself in there, blow that up. A grifter is a person who cheats or swindles others out of money through fraud or trickery. Unlike a thief who takes by force, a grifter uses charm, persuasion, or deception to convince his victims to willingly part with their possessions. Well, forget the second half of that. A grifter is a person who cheats or swindles others out of money through fraud or trickery. Is that what's happening? Is that what Jeremy Corbell does? No. Nope. Does James Fox do that? No. I'm telling you they don't. I know they don't. They're not doing this. They're not, by definition, grifters. Is Third Phase of Moon, the Cousins brothers, are they part of the grifting vocabulary? No. No. Everybody, and I do mean it, everybody who's in these movies, these documentaries, are willing participants who sign away their right to back out of what they said without being penalized. So they're basically saying, here's what I'm saying. I give you the right to play it in your movie, commercials. It's what I believe. Why wouldn't I want my message to go forward to as many people as possible? So grifting. You want to know what a grifter may look like? I think, and this is just my opinion, we've got 1 or 2 grifters. Maybe 3. But I'm going to say David Wilcox, right? David Wilcock? What is his name? You know who I mean. Hold on. I want to pull something up. Now it's David Wilcox, or David Wilcox. See, I'm looking right at him. I still said it wrong. Let me pull this up just to show people the actual person I'm talking about. So there he is. This, in my opinion, is a grifter. This is somebody who said they were going to build a flying car within a year, 2 years ago. Said it in November of 23, I think. Said it'll be out by January 25 or 24, whatever. I don't know, the next year. Now, I'm not sure if he took donations, but let's say he did for funding purposes to build the car that never came. That's grifting. That's telling the public I'm going to do something with your money and then doesn't do it. They just got your money. This is somebody who sold you something, a bill of goods, without any type of proof, but just hoping, praying that your money will make you all rich, you greedy mofos. Right? Okay. And that's what it all came down to with David Wilcock here. He's been known to be the godfather of grifting. Who's the guy with him? Who is the DeLong? Yeah, DeLong. DeLong, definitely. Yeah, DeLong is a grifter, isn't he? Is Lou Eliganzo a grifter? See, remember swindling and deceiving? We got to be careful. Yeah, right. Brian Yates. Hey, Rich, don't use the words Wilcox and pull something. I'm trying not to. Yeah, new Lou Eliganzo got a new book. But that's not grifting. That's just selling something. Grifting. Now, if Lou said, if you buy the book, good things will happen to you, right? If he's trying to sell you something that's not truthful, it's a lie, then you could say he's grifting because he knows it's bullshit. And, you know, one way or another, we can't prove everything Lou Eliganzo said was either right or wrong, truth or false, whatever. You guys have to make up your mind on it. Put yourself in Lou's position. You will do anything for your country. Right? Anything. And that includes lying to cover up the truth. Now, I don't have a problem with that. None of you should have a problem with anybody not coming forward and being a whistleblower. It's your job to do what the government tells you to do. Well, Rich, you swore an oath. Eliganzo swore an oath to the Constitution to do the right thing, even in the face of tyranny and or / tyrannical orders. What is a tyrannical order? Something that goes against the very Constitution we are born into. It is our right to do this. Is it our right to do that? Da, 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 da. And when they try to tell us we can't do that, that's tyrannical. Why we need our guns. Because we may be going to civil war. It may be happening, folks. I hope not. Because it won't be good, man. It will be so bad. So, what do you think what would happen? They'll cut the power to some cities. They'll stop delivering medication, food. Water will be turned off and or contaminated. It's going to get dirty. Let's not go that far. Okay. Anyway, this is the Wilcock, the grift. This is a grift, in my opinion. Okay. This is the guy who made up an entire life about going to Mars and back for 20 years. Yeah, he's 20 years older than he really is. Doesn't he look great for 77? Yep, on that age regression. You know, every time they came back, they had to make him look like a kid again. One time I was gone for 5 years, came back, was like 12 years old, but in my mom's mind, I was still 7. So, you know, they brought me back and shrunk me down and my tiny peenie. What? They made me bald, I said. Yeah, okay. Oh, this guy and his lies. Anyway, that's a grifter. Now, I know that makes a lot of people sad to hear that. I think you should be happy. I do. I think you should be happy. Because, look, as much as we have a problem with most of the things that Corbell does, do you really believe he's cheating and swindling others out of money through fraud or trickery? Now, that can be translated into he's showing us hoax videos for views. Did he know that they weren't legit? Did he know that that was just a satellite that he's trying to sell as a UFO? What was he told? These are the things we don't know. But it looks grifty to me, considering 11 out of the 12 videos Corbell has given us over the last several years have been debunked. And it's unacceptable that we're still letting this guy dictate the narrative to be in the front row of a UFO history? Him? Well, you know, we bring whistleblowers to the forefront of ufology. Oh, I'm gonna be sick. Anybody can do that. Anybody. And you can't promise these people protection. What? With the Ginsu knives you got at home from all your years of teaching Feng Ku? It's jujitsu, ass face. Ass face, jitsu, whatever. Where's the credibility gone? Jesus, Marianne and Joseph. It's embarrassing. And I don't know. I root for this. I root for them to succeed. Prove me wrong every time. I want to be proven wrong. Am I wrong? Really? He's the one who's putting... Look, the conversation is fantastic. These two guys, that weaponized show, it's really good. I mean it. I know a lot of you hate me for saying that. Hate that I say. Maybe you don't hate me. You don't like that I say that's a good show, but it is. And you should watch it, and I'll tell you why. It will keep you right in line, right in tune in what they're doing. The guys at the front row of the UFO hearings, these guys nap, they're in it. They're trying to change history. I'm just not sure what side are they on. I know that's a stupid thing to say. But with all of these horrible videos that Corbell's put out, you see, and what Corbell's going to say is the same thing he always does. We have the discussion. Look, if it fooled the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, if it fooled all of them, and this looks like the UFO that was captured on radar, I'm sorry that it's not. But if it looked just like it and it tricked everybody, well, that's voice for concern right there, Rich. And we should talk about it. You want me to talk about a UFO that wasn't a UFO because it looked like what a real UFO looks like. And they only gave you video evidence of what looked like the UFO. Exactly. It looked exactly like the UFO, Rich. So imagine you're looking at this video and the real UFO video and you can't tell the difference. Who's hurt? And that's the mindset that scares the shit out of me. What he's basically trying to tell you is we're having a discussion about how to get disclosure and how to get the truth out and how to help whistleblowers with video evidence that looks identical to the real thing, but isn't. That's like telling me I'm eating a candy bar. I think there's sugar in it. I notice it tastes different. And then you tell me, but look, I mean, it looks just like the other Snickers bars that you ate. Yeah, but this one doesn't have sugar in it. Doesn't taste right to me. But that's okay. I mean, you see how it looked just like it, right? I mean, so what are you telling me? Because it looked like it, I should accept it? And that's ufology. It's sugar-free. It is. You're getting an imitation when anytime you see something from Corbell, it's light. It's sugar-free. I'm just looking in the chat room. I see people picking, not picking, or commenting to Thor about how he's made me upset in the past. Can I just say something about that? I'm okay with it. And I'll tell you why. I need to hear these things. If somebody's that mad at me, that they're going to comment what they comment, they want my attention. They want me to see what they're saying. And they're mad at what I'm saying. That's free speech. As long as there's no threats against me, Thor knows I'm okay with what he's saying. Even I may not like it, but I appreciate it that he's not afraid to tell me what's on his mind. I mean, why would anybody be afraid to say anything unless they're afraid of being banned from the show? I don't want the moderators to just go banning people because we don't like what they say. I'd rather time people out and let them know why they were timed out. You were timed out because what you said was over the line. I think you know it. But if somebody needs to be banned from here, it would have to be a threat. Like, I'm going to get you, that kind of stuff. And I understand, Thor. I have the same passion. I do. I'm not okay with it, but I'm okay with it because I understand it. If I didn't understand it, he would have been banned a long time ago. I don't want to ban people. I'm not saying anything that's horrible. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just voicing my opinion and what I think. And I could be wrong. But so could you. So could Thor. So could all of us. We could all be wrong. And we could all be right. But how are we going to verify it? The ufology is so complex that when somebody out there finds out that I'm in the field, they go, "Do you believe that there's aliens here?" And I should have an answer on the ready for these people, and I don't. Because the truth of the matter is, I don't know. But I want to give them an answer. And the answer is always, I don't think they're coming here anymore. I think they've been here for a long time, possibly even created us. Look, it's very complex. If you want to talk about this some other time, I'd be happy to have an email discussion or whatever. It's too complex. Because of my license plate frame and my license plate seeing UFOs, people always ask me questions about aliens and if they're coming, and I refer them to Third Phase of Moon for updated UFO shit. They're movies. Now, a lot of you have been wondering when I was going to pick on them, right? You're not going to say anything about Third Phase of Moon. Yes, I am. But it's all good. And it's never been bad when it comes to Third Phase of Moon. Only very early on when they started doing the videos on YouTube and they were getting millions of views on stuff that looked like it was from Star Wars. And from what I understand, it might have been. I mean, who knows? But they're not grifters. This I know. What's a grifter? Did you guys forget? You guys forgot? Why me? Why? Why do I do this? I do this for yous people. Check it out. Here we go. The grifter meaning. You see? Grifter is a person who cheats or swindles others out of money. Third Phase of Moon. The Cousins brothers never do that. Through fraud or trickery. Unlike a thief who takes things by force, a grifter uses charm, persuasion, or deception to convince victims to willingly part with their possessions. And that's nothing to do with what we're talking about, but a grifter is not them. Now, they put out videos every year, couple a year lately, especially with Greer and all of the stuff that's been going on. And I think I am a very good judge when it comes to a good UFO movie or a bad UFO movie. A creatively thought through movie that may or may not get popular now, but I think, you ever see those movies? They're like, hey, whoa, that movie is really good. We could, and people don't realize this movie's for free. It's been out for a while. It's kind of like the movie Office Space. Nobody knew about that movie. Then it had a cult following. And that's kind of what we're having with the third phase of moon experience. These videos do tell you everything that's going on in current day ufology. Very well done, very well made. Some people think the music can be toned down a bit. Maybe it can, but that's their style. You know, it's in your face. It's today. It's happening now. Dun dun dun. Hero shot, right? It's exciting. They have a certain template that they use, but they're not grifting. They don't use fake stories. They may have people that may be a little bit, peculiar, but these are the people that worked in our military and government in UFO programs. They've been around the best of the best and the worst of the worst. Third phase of moon has influenced maybe more people than any other. I don't, other than Corbell in the last decade, maybe 5 years, third phase of moon was a household name and you fought well. I'm telling you, when we were out in public in California, they knew who they were. People would see them, even if there was just one. Third phase of moon. Celebrities. What? They almost got halfway to 1 trillion views. That's a lot of eyes. And if they did grift, I would say it. Of course, I would tell it to their face. Because third phase of moon knows the truth. And I don't know if Jeremy Corbell knows the truth. But when Jeremy Corbell comes into town, it feels like, to me, somebody's going to get swindled. That's just my interpretation of him. And the sad thing is, his product is really good. I really enjoy Weaponized. I do. I'm a fan of it. I like George Knapp, even though I am very frustrated with George Knapp because of this team up. I don't understand it. See, I think George Knapp got grifted by Corbell. He was swindled. Corbell's like, George, you're almost dead. You need somebody like me who's passionate. Who's just like you. I like everything in order. Everything's got to be just right. Says the guy who walks around with his pant legs rolled up like he's clam digging. Yeah, he's cool. He's a hippie of now, right? He's 2000 hippie. Okay, smelly. Aliens won't abduct him, but they sure want a scent. What the hell's that smell? I did that patchouli? What is that, patchouli? Doesn't look like Corbell wears patchouli. Isn't that what it's called? It's patchouli, right? Oh, that disgusting grass smell. What's that shit about? Hey, I want to smell like a freshly mowed lawn. Can you do that for me? I don't know. The last time I smelled it was never. But for some reason, I got a hanker to smell like that. All right. I didn't even get around to the Eleganzo thing. I just realized that was like 20 minutes ago. But I got to play this. Eleganzo urges caution about this Hellfire UFO video since we don't know the provenance. This guy telling us after the circle of freedom that he showed us. Remember that piece of shit video? Picture, whatever the frigonometry. Check it out. Here we go. In 3, 2, from Red Panda, Koala. Onyx.
Representative Burleson first submitted this video for the public to see. He did not say who it came from, and understandably so, trying to again protect whistleblowers, I presume. We're inferring a lot from this video, and we have to be careful when we look at videos because sometimes, not always, there's a prosaic explanation. Altitude 21,000 feet. Real photo.
Lou Elizondo, these photos that are supposedly of a real alien.
Now, in this case, it's really two things that I think it's important for the audience. If this turns out to be authentic MQ-9 drone footage, then then all of a sudden you've established some of its provenance. It's probably a legitimate video. The problem is we still don't know what we're looking at, and we need more information. We need more metadata to include, for example, velocity and altitude and trajectory. These are all very important in establishing what something is.
Whoa, is it really? I couldn't even imagine. Who would have thought about all of that? This guy, we gotta get wind speed. We gotta get all. You guys know we have to do that, right? Yeah. Why isn't it done? Why am I watching a video with none of that done?
So in this case, if it's something that is like, let's say, a cluster of balloons, I'm not saying that's what it is, but let's say hypothetically, you could imagine that if a Hellfire missile were to hit a cluster of balloons, it'd almost be like going through a cloud or a mist where you might pop a couple balloons, but the rocket keeps on going. Now, if it's a solid surface, that's a different story, right? These Hellfires are highly capable pieces of ordnance that we use on a regular basis in the global.
Pieces of ordnance. What kind of fucking language is that? Excuse my Italian. What does that even mean? Listen.
Solid surface, that's a different story, right? These Hellfires are highly capable pieces of ordnance that.
Pieces of ordnance. Now, without finishing this, does he mean it's nothing, like it's ordinary? Because let's see what the meaning does. I typed in, what does pieces of ordnance mean? The phrase pieces of ordnance is a common misspelling of pieces of ordnance, which refers to military equipment, such as weapons, ammunition, and explosives. So that's what he's talking about. Pieces of ordnance. ORDNANCE. Not pieces of ordnance like ordinary. Oh. So ordnance, military weapons, ammunition, and explosives. For example, unexploded ordnance are leftover bombs, shells, and grenades from a conflict. Okay. Now, with that knowledge, let's go back 6 seconds and see how that worked.
Surface, that's a different story, right? These Hellfires are highly capable pieces of ordnance that we use on a regular basis in the global war on terror. And so they're very precise.
Makes sense now. Call me dumb, but this is why I have no problem learning as we go along.
Precise munitions, and they are extremely, extremely lethal. So if this is a solid object, then this is something different, because now you have a Hellfire missile, what appears to be glancing off, and perhaps some ejecta coming off of the object. But yet the object, we don't see the rest of the video. The object appears to keep on going, right? Yeah. So if this is some sort of foreign adversary technology, that would certainly be very significant. We'd have a lot to worry about, and it would definitely be a national security issue. But I think really what this video highlights is that there are a plethora of videos like this that exist within the holdings of the U.S. government. And time after time, the government continues to tell the American people, nothing to see here, folks, when clearly there's a lot to see here. The provenance.
Well, I mean, you know what? After what we just learned, nothing I disagree with from Lou. Not that. Hey, every now and then a clock's right twice a day. What? Every day a clock is right twice a day. You stuffed Well, let's go from one end of the spectrum to the other, shall we? Rose Cuckold on the Hellfire missile. Hellfire missile UFO is unusual. Pentagon has not denied legitimacy. The Pentagon and U.S. Central Command have declined to comment. They've not denied its legitimacy, which is significant. And it's also significant that no major media outlets have debunked it yet. Now, here's an 8-minute, 56-second video with Rose Cuckold talking about this to another journalist. I haven't watched it. So we're going to go, minute by minute. Kind of interesting to hear how they want to spin it. Or has this story already been spun and this is them doing the work of the narrative makers, storytellers, right? Maybe this could be really interesting.
The first question of the day.
Or not.
All right, firstly, I'm going to get your reaction to this. Friend of the show, UAP James, he posted this on X. Pentagon officials decline comment on Hellfire missile UFO. Quote, "We have nothing for you." Now, he got this from ABC News. Their senior Pentagon reporter did this video report last night. The anchors were kind of giggling and laughing when they reported it, which is a little disrespectful, but that's another story. I want your reaction to the Pentagon statement. We have nothing for you.
Okay, just to give people some background, obviously in the hearing, Representative Eric Burleson, out of nowhere, out of left field, he tabled a video allegedly captured by US military drones off the east coast of Yemen on the 30th of October 2024. And the footage shows an unidentified object described by him as a small orb or a cylindrical object being targeted and struck by what is an AGM-114 Hellfire missile that was fired from an MQ-9 Reaper drone. Now, a lot of people at the hearing, they testified that the video raises questions about whether it's advanced non-human technology. The suggestion is that it might be anomalous. And the reason for this is because the object does appear to survive the impact unscathed, and it continues moving. Now, I just want to go through this in some detail because we've had a lot of questions from people. I'm still reserving judgment on whether the video is in and of itself an anomalous object. And by anomalous, obviously the possibility that it might be something of NHI origin, non-human intelligence technology, in other words. The video's in black and white. It's probably from the MQ-9's sensor systems, and it shows a small, bright object moving steadily across the water at a consistent speed. There's another drone tracking the object while a second off screen launches the Hellfire missile, which enters the frame from the left as a fast-moving streak. When it hits, at around about 20-25 seconds, the missile appears to bounce off or deflect without detonating, which causes some debris or fragments to scatter. The object deforms slightly, tumbles, and then sheds, or some smaller pieces appear to come out of it. It maintains its trajectory and continues flying. It lasts about 50 seconds and ends without showing the object's final fate. And it's basically, the big question is this anomalous? I think it's unusual that a Hellfire missile, which is, a massive missile, an incredibly powerful missile, could hit an object and it observes the kinetic energy in a particular way, but nothing much happens. Let's talk about the MQ-9 Reaper. It weighs 100 pounds. It's designed for anti-armor or ground targets. It's not usually used in an air-to-air role, but that's not unprecedented. One of the speculations is that it might not have been configured for proximity detonation, which could explain the bounce effect. Maybe at great.
I think what we're seeing is exactly what Burleson said. Dorothy, thank you for the $2 super chat. It's a super dono in the middle of the show. That's pure love. Thank you, Dorothy. Appreciate that. Continuing supporter of GoFund for a couple of years. We need 90 more. 90 more dollars. That's it. 100, what is it? 50 a day? 50 a day. So what, 40? 40 more. That's it. 2 20s, 4 10s, 8 5s, 22s. Thank you, Dorothy. See, nobody knows. Rose, cuckold. Nobody knows the truth. Nobody knows. It's a real video, Chicken Coop, confidential. It's a real video, for sure. But I don't think it is what we thought it might be, because there's no explosion. So that's why people were leaning towards the Ginsu knives thing, showing the enemy this video exists because the technology now exists. We can do this from air to air, whereas in the past we couldn't. Burleson said that. He thinks this was given to him to show the enemy, the world, what we have, and it's pretty scary if you know what you're looking at. Blades that disengage from a warhead, basically, flying at you hundreds of miles an hour and turn you into dust, and you won't even have heard it. Imagine that. Pretty scary. So when the enemy takes off in an airplane and they're high in the air, they think they're safe, but not anymore. We can get you way up there, which is, I don't know what took forever for this invention anyway. I mean, you figure if they can do it every other way. Always finding new and inventive ways to dismember people. Yeah, this is one of the best ones they came up with. I mean, I could just be sitting here, and the next thing you know, I'm headless. Wouldn't have even heard a thing. That's the way to go. I don't want to see my head go sliding off and go, no! They got me! Holy shit, that looks so cool! Or, oh God, that's gross. Oh, I'm sliding. Or, ew, the noise it's making. Ew, it sounds like a snail walking on jello. Scary world we're living in. Scary world. I want to show you this portion of a video. If you're a conservative, you might laugh. No, wait. You will laugh. So it's some Charlie Kirk video. I'm still in mourning over that. That really screwed with me a little bit, and a lot of other people like me. Like, we're in the mindset of what are we going to do now? But I have at 2.5 minutes, I said, play this from 2.5 minutes. So this is Charlie Kirk on the podcast Whatever. You guys probably know it. And I want to hear what they say. I purposely didn't listen to the whole thing. I just wanted to hear if it was interesting enough. But this is from Conservative Vibes. And this is when Charlie Kirk was on Whatever talking to girls who make, sex videos on OnlyFans and stuff like that. Go.
Charlie, in his short 31 years here on Earth, has left a treasure trove of wisdom for us to readily consume online.
There's a reason why the dress for the man is the same at a wedding and a funeral, because you're saying goodbye to your previous self. The woman is the icon, the symbol of beauty, almost always in all white, right? Ascendant. The man is usually in black and white, like he's attending somebody's death, because it is his death. But think about it. It's the death of the bachelor mindset. It's the death of promiscuity. It's the death of the wandering eye. It's the death of immoral behavior. It's the death of texting girls casually. It's the death of I get to do what I want to do. It's the death of just going to the bar with friends. It's the death of acting like an infant. It's the death of playing video games till 1 a.m.
Before anything else, conservative activist, civil rights leader, in my opinion, Charlie was a husband and a father. I will never get my confidence back after this injury.
Life is what you make of it, basically, is the message, right? And it is. You want to be upset? You want to start your day being angry? That's all on you. All right, I'm gonna move on. I got more stuff to show you. Talk about. Okay. New analysis / exposure of Yemen UFO video that was presented in front of the hearing. What is this? I have no idea what this. I just thought this might be interesting. So let's take a shot in the dark and hoping we're going to get some good explanations in this video. Go.
Different format. I pulled out just a little bit to show the Hellfire making contact with the UAP. This is a much different format.
Oh, it's Mr. MBB 333333333.
And we're going to zoom in a little bit closer, take a couple of looks at the Hellfire making impact. It does indeed impact what appears to be the back half of this unknown object flying off the coast of Yemen. Right there it makes impact. You can see it knocks it off course. And as you're going to see, somehow or another, right there following the impact, these three objects appear in the sky following the primary object right there. So the primary target turned into not only one, but 4 targets now. There's 1, 2, 3, now 4. It survived the strike. And the gentleman that testified before Congress said, nothing that we have should have survived that strike. And it turned into 4, 3 smaller ones, and then the main primary one continued on. This one here turned out pretty good. You can see that these things are the same shape and same size. Look at that. And this one here started to glow for whatever reason, almost as if it had some sort of an energy field around it. Maybe it was some sort of a propulsion system. This one here started glowing, and then that one there started glowing. The smaller things you see are reflections off the top of the water. Those things definitely had density. Let me go back to that one right there. That one right there turned out pretty good. You can see those things clearly are the same shape. Those aren't random pieces of debris, guys. So whatever that missile impacted, it didn't seem to affect it hardly at all.
You have to admit, even I saw that. I thought it was awfully strange that you would get other objects that were all the other 3 were the same size and shape pretty much. I mean, that's how it looked to me. I think that's weird. It's like the Hellfire missile went after the reserve craft. Maybe those were 3 little craft for the 3 little creatures that we don't know are in that egg, that thing, whatever. Maybe there's a couple of creatures in there we aren't being privy to. And those are their escape pods. So that was the thing, was to take a shot and dislodge it so they can't escape on their little pods. I don't know, but it's cool as hell. That's all I know. They all look the same. They're the same. I don't understand how that's even possible. How could the debris be the same? It makes no sense. It doesn't. I just make it make sense. Really. I mean, make it make sense. It just doesn't. It's weird. All right, you want to laugh? 2 small aliens about 20 centimeters captured on film walking in a residential area in Mexico. Yeah. Check this out. Hide the kids, hide your wife. I've got some aliens in the night. And they look like a this. They look like a man. ¿Sí?
No manches. No manches a estas horas. ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué onda? Mira. Mira, 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 mira. Ay, ahí está el son, ahí está el son. Mira nada más. ¿Qué onda? Vi. Salieron de atrás. Ay, no manches, no te quiero creer. Mira, oye, ¿qué onda? Es que son... Es bien tarde. Ay, no. Mira. Mira lo que está haciendo. No manches, se alteraron los perros. Mira lo que está haciendo. Sí, pero como que está jugando, hermano. Mira, ahí está el otro. Mira. ¿Qué pez? ¿Qué? Uy, están hablando. Shh. Somos niñitas. Sí, Mira.
What is going on? Come on. Those aren't children. Those are beings. Wild stuff. And why is it they're always just so far away? You can't see them. Why, oh why do they do it? I don't know, Jack. Why? Why do they do it? So, aliens are real. This footage was never released. All right, let's take a look at... Oh! This can't be it. Hold on. I tell you what, I'm gonna play this anyway. Yeah, I don't care. It's just good to hear other people feeling something about the object that's heading our way, 31 Atlas. You know, maybe it's legit. I mean, you know, an alien.
Hurtling towards Earth at like 130,000 miles an hour.
No, that might solve all our problems.
Some intergalactic object that's hurt. There's this guy, Avi Loeb. He's a professor at Harvard that believes it might be an alien probe.
Wow.
And he was talking about the odds of this thing being in the trajectory that it is, entering into our solar system in a direct path with Earth. The odds are extremely low. And at the place where it's doing it, it's when the Earth is the opposite side of the sun, so it's coming from behind the sun. And it's so it makes it difficult to detect. And that this object is in a direct line to come to Earth in 2027.
Do they have a trajectory of where it's going to land?
I don't think they totally know that yet. I think they're trying to calculate whether or not it's actually going to hit Earth or come near Earth or pass by Earth or what it, what it is.
Like why do they think it's an alien satellite or whatever.
Well, there's this guy, Avi Loeb, this professor that I'm discussing. He also had an analysis of another object that passed by Earth a few years back that they named, and they said that this thing had a very bizarre metallic sort of a look to it that he did not think, based on the shape of it and the way it was traveling, that it was natural. So he thought that that could have been some sort of an alien craft as well. I don't know. It's too fun. It's too fun.
But as it gets closer,
You know what? Can we just do this? Isn't it what Joe Rogan just said? It's too fun. Isn't it though? When I see what's going on in the chat room, it kind of breaks my heart a little bit. I hate to see people arguing or leaving or letting things and other people get to them, whether it be whatever I believe. This isn't worth all that anger. You know when it's time to get angry? When it comes to somebody who knows the truth, mostly the government, and they tell us we're stupid for believing it, when all the evidence points in the direction of what we're saying. They want us to believe them, even though they're lying. The message in that would be, the reason we want you to believe the lie is because it's for a good reason, and we don't want the enemy to know what the truth is. But we can't tell you what the truth is. Just know that it's in the best interest of surviving as America, keeping America upright. And that's the answer we get every time. I don't have a problem with that answer. It's when they tell me a lie after they just told us the truth about something, right? Then they go ahead and ruin all the credibility that they built up with some stupid ass lie. Yeah. Hey, there were several calls that came into Washington between 9 p.m. and 9:15, reported 1,200 calls. And they look at the guy, the reporter, and they say, we don't have any on record. Well, Governor, I know I called, so am I not on file? You see, that's how we know when they lie. Anytime their mouths are moving. What's the big deal? So what? People called in about a light. People lose their minds. They get scared is what happens. Somebody scared them into talking the way they do. That's what it is. That's what it really is. So when you see somebody on TV saying, if you have any information regarding the lights that were over Hill and University Drive, feel free to call us here. You can reach me at Marissa221 at Fox News. And what's that, Jay? What is your email so people can they got yours. Oh, that's fine. I've seen that happen before. Guy didn't want to give it. It's public information. If they want to look online, they can find it. And then the girl goes, his email is Mark R. Robinson. And she laughs. And yeah, that was Tennessee, I believe. I get worldwide television. Sometimes I like to watch other cities, and I was just going through the channels and they were talking about UFO reports. And they were talking about the drone situation we were all hearing about, through November and till February. But it's interesting. I love hearing other people not in our field trying to comprehend what's being told to them. And you know what's so sad about that? They get it wrong every time. Every time. Like they don't know what's going on. You know? Oh, there's a Harvard professor. It seems yeah, he believes there's aliens here or on a ship heading here. You know, they'll say something like that, blanket statement. And then you know what happens? A lot of people believe that. Oh, I heard what Nancy said on the news. Yeah, that Harvard professor believes aliens are either here on their way here in that ship. Something's going on, John. Something's going on. Oh, Mary. You're going to believe the fake news. John, why would they lie about this? Exactly. Why would they? And I got to believe with John. Why would they lie about an object moving at 130,000 miles an hour through our solar system, heading right for Earth? They can't lie about it. You understand that, right? There's other astronomers out there who know where the object is. Can't hide. Can't lie. Not now. The only time they could have lied is if they never told anybody about it and they were the only ones watching it. That's the only way it's possible. It's weird, isn't it? To be held accountable. And Avi Loeb goes with, it's got to be alien. Got to be. 130,000. Well, you never see anything like this. He's right. Maybe objects that come through interstellar space travel at insane speeds for a reason. When the universe was being built, or maybe the solar system, whatever it is. Interstellar doesn't mean our solar system, but anyway, when this galaxy was being built, I guess, this object that's heading our way slingshot or ricocheted at a speed to where it had escape velocity from whatever gravity it was attached to. So another object probably came in huge. Maybe it was a piece of the object broke away when it happened, but I'm pretty sure that's how it happened. It got nudged out, pushed out, shoved out, squeezed out, banged out. It got out. And it got out at an incredibly high speed because that's the only way it could have. Maybe 100,000 miles an hour or more could have gotten it away from wherever it was. We don't know. Maybe it was nothing. Maybe it was easy to get away from whatever it was attached. Maybe it wasn't attached to anything. Maybe it was just another rock from another planet. Maybe this was a fragment of the rock that hit the other rock that propelled this rock our way. Nobody knows. This is why when you go to spaceships and aliens, you got to think, why? Why would a Harvard professor choose this narrative? I could tell you why. A lot of professors are a little bit out there. And I bet you, Avi Loeb has been bored for a while. Nothing has been challenging his intellect for a decade maybe. This time, he ain't going to allow something to slip by. Something so weird. He feels instantly, something was different about this. He went alien. Why? Because we've never seen anything like it. Nothing ever go this fast. Interstellar to here? What? How? We don't. Could it be a comet? Not sure. We've never seen that happen before. Not like this. I don't know. Change colors, though. Didn't it? Blue to green. I don't know where it is now. I haven't been following because I've been under the weather, but it is so interesting. Just so interesting. It's huge. No, it is. Think about this. If this object is going to hit Earth, we're done. What is it? 7 miles? 7, 10. Let's say it's 7 miles. It's Manhattan. The one that killed the dinosaurs was what? 1 mile wide? We won't have electricity. We won't have food after a few days. We would have no way of recovering anytime soon to avoid the worst imaginable scenarios for people living on the surface of this planet if that object hit. It's such a big object that if it did hit the Earth at 100,000+ miles per hour, 100,000 kilometers per hour, it could split the planet. No? I don't know. It could do a lot of harm. It's pretty bad. Yeah. So we live in a time right now where everything is fragile. The economy, the people in America, the people around the world, everybody's on edge, expecting something to happen. There's a vibe out there. It's different from 9/11. This is a different vibe. This is not a healing vibe that I'm feeling. I think we're in for an awakening so bad. I don't know if this the next 20 years will recover from it. I don't know. I think they're trying to warn us by telling us there's an object heading to Earth. I think there's a warning. I don't know how it works. I don't know if they're looking at interstellar space or they're looking at a game. I don't know if we're living in the Matrix. I don't know if this is the reality that I woke up from my operation from a year and a half ago. I had to go to ICU. I wasn't waking up from the anesthesia. I had an allergic reaction. 15 hours, I was out. This may not be the reality I was a part of. How do you think I feel about that? I'm going to be like Rick, is it Rick Grimes in The Walking Dead? God, those first episodes were pieces of art, weren't they? That was such a great beginning to the end. The way they did it, oh man. There'll never be another introduction to The Walking Dead, the end of day scenario, than what we had with The Walking Dead, is what I'm trying to say. I've been having dreams lately, and I don't dream because I don't sleep enough. After 3 hours, my sleep apnea, I wake up. And then I get another 3 hours. I wake up. I don't get into the REM because I have sleep apnea. But when I was sick and I was recovering, I slipped through that. And I had some pretty wicked dreams. I was dreaming of for some reason or another, I don't even know why, but medication was not easy to come by. And I wound up getting sick in the dream, and I said, frickin' diabetes, and it sucks. Yeah, I mean, people who need insulin, if all those supply chains stop, all these people who need medication every day are all going to die. Millions of people are going to die without their meds. Even if it's 1 hour, got people on breathing machine. I mean, this is just going to turn into a nightmare. Please, Lord Jesus, please save us. Aliens, you got to be out there. Can you hear me? Toot toot. Hey, it's me. But I've been having these horrible dreams. Anyway, I didn't come here to tell you that, and I do got to get going. But thanks for hanging out tonight. I had no idea I had 2 hours in me. But it was weird. I don't even remember talking half the show. But thank you, moderators. Hey, Ben. Yeah, thank you for this, brother. Gonna send you an email and okay. Thank you for the £2 2 quid super chat. Ben, the Yorkshire Goofonian, a continuing supporter of GoofOn for a long time. Thank you, Dorothy. Did I cover the extreme rise in the Schumann resonance lately? All these, I didn't. But tomorrow I will. That is a great, great point. You know who does that? Mr. MBB333. So maybe go check there, and I'll check for tomorrow. Well, thanks, Dorothy. And for the super chats. I appreciate it. What's that? No, I didn't. Hold on. Let me see if any PayPal came in. No. Well, the one that did was, Jeanette, thank you for your very generous support, as always. The angel of GoofOn. Jeanette sent a PayPal earlier in the day. And the other one was Dinkamazi, right? So, thank you, guys, for that. All right, moderators, super chatters, newcomers, and veterans, thank you very much for hanging out tonight. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Okay? And I hope everybody, and I do mean this. No, really. I hope you guys start just... You understand? All right, there we go. I know I just said it. I know you got what I just said. I gave a mental message just now to the world. It's true. Hold on. This is so weird. I'm looking for something, and I don't understand where it went. I don't like that. All right, guys, I'm going to get you out of here with the little illusion. GoofOn hits like a freight train. Hey, if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out for ufology. Capiche? Yeah. All right. Alien bless.
the sky. No one and no alibi. Lies burning hotter than the sun. Fake prophets cashing in the dream. Selling hope through a broken beam. What's the truth? Where's it gone? Through the dark, echoes of a question mark.